Oh, right, of course, because I should know who that is.
I don't care what you think.
I'll tell you something that rubbed me right.
Felger and Maz on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Michael Hawley's here filling in. Jim Murray here as always. We're going to get to hockey and basketball this hour. Let me make this point again, okay? It's a re-entry Tuesday, which means you can call about anything you want at any time. So whatever we're flapping our gums about, so be it. If you want to jump in with something else, we'll allow it. We treat it sort of like an agenda-free Friday, but not entirely. Because there is still an agenda, but we just bend the rules a little bit. Which is why we're going to start this hour with a lightning round brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. As the heat comes, thunderstorms are a major risk to property damage. So have the guys at Blue Sky on speed dial all summer long. With their locations across New England and national resources, Blue Sky gets you back on your feet faster than any other restoration company around. So visit gobluesky.com, and there is no E in Blue Sky, BLUSKY.com, gobluesky.com. Apparently, I've worked a couple of people into a lather over my Drake Maye.
I like it. Zip.
Argument in the last segment. So let's go. We'll kick it off with Lucas and Cambridge. Lucas, you're in the lightning round.
What's up, guys? I think it's funny. I think Drake Maye obviously struggled up. There's no switching up on that. But it's funny though, coming from a guy like Maz, who after the Monday beating the Chargers, you said on your life that the Texans would beat us. But I digress. All right, so it's the playoff run. He was fine against the Chargers. He threw 3 touchdown passes against a generational Texans defense, and he played well in a blizzard. I don't get this narrative that he sucked. That's just incorrect.
He played well in a blizzard. Murray, did he play well in a blizzard?
No, he was not good in that game.
Okay, no.
I don't know why this keeps getting overlooked. Whined to his offensive coordinator. This is hard. So, yeah, I'm not going to overlook that.
I missed that quote. When did he?
Oh, you don't remember that?
You don't remember that?
NFL Films is mic'd up.
Jimmy, do we still have that Drake Maye cut somewhere in the system? I think he said it's just so hard, or it's so hard.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, he said that. And
how did I miss that one?
I don't pick on him as much as Murray does for that one, but this idea that he was like the same player in the postseason that he was in the regular season.
No, I'm not saying that. He was not the same player in the postseason.
No, and I'm not picking on you for that. I mean, but what did he have? Did he have a 100 rating in the regular season? Dropped to 82. He was turning the ball over like crazy. Fumbles galore. Would you start calling him, Murray? 1 a day, May?
2.
Or 2 a day, May?
Yeah.
So fumbles, interceptions, sacks, all the things you hate to see in a quarterback, we saw them in the postseason.
I get it. It's the most important position in sports. People are going to be defensive about the guy. That comes with, being an NFL fan. That's your quarterback. That's your guy. He had a phenomenal regular season. He should have been in the MVP conversation. I would have actually probably voted for him for MVP of the regular season. But he also might be kind of like Drew Bledsoe. Good, not great, and you might have to live with that.
Drew Bledsoe. Where do you have him? I told you I got him at 6.
Yeah, he's in that 10-ish, like that top 10-ish, somewhere like 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Just because Holly hasn't heard it, Jimmy, go ahead and play it. I know we're in the...
All right, let's hear it.
There's a moment in the mic'd up segment where you're sitting with Josh McDaniels on the bench and you say oh, this is hard or something like that, and he kind of talked you up a little bit. Was that playing in the weather? What was hard in that moment?
Yeah, I think when you're playing in 10-degree weather with snow hitting your face, and we're slipping in the backfield, and just I think all the elements combined with the chance against a good defense, I think it's tough. I think the elements made it tough, and I think both sides would agree. So just to try to finish the game out, with how well our defense was playing, we wanted to help them out a little bit. We were able to get that last first down to not have to give it back to them, but really just the difficultness of trying to do our part, and in the weather and the 30-mile-an-hour winds, just trying to, where it's tough to throw it, just try to figure out something to try to, pull our team to, have an edge to win. And I think our defense really did that all day, and we were just trying to do a small little thing to make up for it.
Pretty long-winded way of saying I should have just kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, and Michael,
I appreciate the use of difficultness.
Did you hear?
I like that.
Did you hear the actual cut of?
No.
Okay, so Jimmy, do we have the actual cut from the NFL Films or whatever it was, or I thought we had it. Maybe we don't.
By the way, he did run for the first down to clinch the game. I just want to point that out.
Okay, he did. That was a good play. We're still in the lightning round. John's in Foxborough. John, go ahead.
What's going on, guys? You went from a 4-13 season to going to the Super Bowl with a first-year starter, and he sucked in the playoffs, apparently. I don't know if you win in the AFC Championship game if you suck in the playoffs, but,
John, why is it so hard for you to say he did not play well in the postseason?
No, I mean, if you win an AFC Championship, you had to have played somewhat well in the postseason. You can't just suck the whole time and win an AFC Championship game. That has never happened in modern NFL era. One time.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, Trent Dilfer went to the Super Bowl. I don't know how good he was with Baltimore. I can pick a bunch of guys who went to the Super Bowl and sucked as quarterbacks.
No, but you can't pick a bunch of guys who went to the Super Bowl and sucked the entire postseason. You cannot. Quarterbacks who sucked the entire way.
Okay, I gave you the Houston game. I'm being nice. I gave you the Houston game. Okay, the Houston game, he made some big-time throws in that game. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
He played well in that, but the majority of the postseason, he sucked. I don't understand why fans are so pushing back on this.
But I think suck
because he's the best, Mavs, and should have been the MVP. And they went to the Super Bowl last year. And shame on you for bringing up easy schedule. And it said on that the caller's question was, so what else do you want from him? I don't know. Stop fumbling, more than one fourth quarter comeback, slide correctly so you stop getting concussed. Are those too many things to ask for? Apparently so. I'm the a-hole.
But no, you're good. You're good. You guys are good at it because it's not. It wasn't Drake Maye. It wasn't MVP Drake Maye, but it wasn't sucky Drake Maye. It was somewhere in the middle. It was uneven. How about that? It was uneven. Can I get an uneven, Alex Trebek? Can I get an uneven?
Based on the numbers, Trevor Lawrence played better than him in the postseason. Bo Nix played better than him in the postseason.
Well, Trevor Lawrence played a game. He played one game.
Sam Darnold and Jordan Love played better than him in the postseason based on the numbers now. So all I'm telling
Jordan
you is
Love played a game.
He wasn't. I'm a little surprised, honestly, that people are getting their backs up about this as much as they are.
I'm not.
This is good.
So what?
This is good radio.
Didn't we all watch the same thing? He wasn't good in the playoffs. Why are people rewriting this? And that doesn't mean I'm telling you that I think he sucks and is going to continue to suck. I like the player, but he was brutal in the playoffs, with the exception of the Houston game. He wasn't good. A lot of it was the line, but he wasn't good.
Yeah.
Jeff is at work. Jeff, go ahead.
Maz, I completely agree with you.
Thank you.
Never mind. It takes a lot of luck. And nobody's mentioned the guy that, I forget the player, but the guy that tipped that field goal or blocked that field goal.
Oh, yeah.
But
big play.
This all started with Drake Maye's the best deep ball thrower in the league. But he's throwing it to his receivers, Boutte, to mention. And they're a good yard or maybe a foot and a half overthrown, and they're making miraculous catches, which not a lot of teams did. I don't think Drake Maye can fire down the middle of the field like Josh Allen or whatever. I don't think he has
you're
time.
You're giving credit to Kayshon Boutte for – so Kayshon Boutte made Drake Maye?
He made one great – was that the Houston game? He made a great catch.
That was a great throw, too.
It was a great throw.
Wow. Now, I like this. I like this. Now we've gone to a different level. Not only was Drake Maye bad, he was saved by Kayshon Boutte. Kayshon Boutte saved Drake Maye.
And I'm not sure there's anything to be ashamed of. If
Maye saved by Boutte.
There's nothing to be ashamed of if Josh Allen throws the ball better than you. Okay? Josh Allen's got the best arm in the league, maybe one of the best arms I've ever seen.
Yeah, true.
So let's not shame him for that. Squeeze in one more in the lightning round again. Dean in Shrewsbury.
Peyton Manning.
Oh, Dean, hold on. Dean, hold on. You called on basketball, so let me just finish the lightning round. A lightning round with this. All right. Let me go to
zip.
We got no more. We have no more football calls. In that case, Dean. Well, did I hang up on Dean?
I bet you did,
Jimmy.
But he was about to give you one. He was about to give you Peyton Manning in a bad postseason.
Okay, let's do Dean again. Go ahead, Dean.
Peyton Manning sucked during the Broncos run, and so you can win a Super Bowl with your quarterback sucking. But anyways, I called because I wouldn't trade JB or Jaylen for Giannis. Part of it is the want it factor. I don't think Giannis has the want it factor that Jaylen does. And for Jaylen, it's individual accolades. I think the second team All-NBA thing's really going to piss him off. But it should be for winning. But Giannis, I don't think has a want-it factor for anything nowadays.
Okay, so Dean, thank you for the call, and thank you for bringing up the topic.
So Peyton Manning, okay, once again. So I have a hard time with sucked. So he was benched that year. This is 2015. He's benched for Brock Osweiler. They didn't call it a benching, but they benched him. They said he got hurt. He comes back in the AFC Championship game against the Patriots. Remember, he gets 2 quick touchdown passes because the Patriots played like idiots defensively early in that game.
They played
Remember
off him on third down.
Yeah. So he takes them to a 14-zip lead, and that's the game that I think the Patriots it was close, but they couldn't overcome the early touchdowns from Peyton Manning. That may have been the game where, was it Brady to Gronk on fourth down? Great catch.
Yes.
And then Gostkowski with the
that was the game.
Gostkowski had a missed extra point. They couldn't get the snap counts right. Remember, they were just, their offensive line was a mess. But see, that's why I still don't say he didn't suck, because a quarterback who gets you 2 touchdown passes in a conference championship game has done enough. What's the point? Win the game. Don't make us lose. Did Drake Maye put the Patriots in a position? Did somebody bail him out? I'm not talking about the other team being sucky, because I know you want to go there. The schedule bailed him out. I know. I got it. I know how this. I got the patterns here. Did somebody save Drake Maye from himself in these playoff games?
Yeah, the opponents and
No, you can't go opponents. I'm saying, like, what's like
Patriots defense.
It's thank God for
the Patriots
Kayvon Chason, because if it hadn't been for Chason, Drake Maye would have been the GOAT, the other GOAT, the bad kind of GOAT.
Patriots defense.
I just don't remember the games playing out like that. Like, I do remember a game, just for example. I remember a conference championship game.
Do you know
Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions against the Ravens, and after the game he said, "I suck today."
He did.
He did.
And he did.
That was the year Billy Cundiff missed the kick.
He did. He got bailed out. He said, "Hey, I suck today." He did.
They won that game because of Vince Wilfork. Wilfork had the game of his life.
Right. Wilfork was unbelievable. It's probably the best game I've seen Wilfork play.
By the way, Dean and Shrewsbury's right. Peyton Manning had a 75 rating that postseason. He sucked, and they won the Super Bowl.
Except in the conference championship game, he didn't suck.
He couldn't even throw. For
2 touchdown passes.
Okay, and
set the tone for the game.
Right, and you know what his overall performance for the game was? 17 for 32 for 176 yards. He even lost a fumble.
How many touchdowns?
2.
How many picks?
0. Okay, so
how many sacks?
So he was great.
How many sacks?
3.
Okay.
He wasn't great.
He wasn't great, but he didn't suck. That's all. We're just quibbling over suck.
I'm just
suckage. Suckage to me is like you can't.
And then he was 13 for 23 in the Super Bowl, 56% for 140 yards. They won 24-10.
Suckage is irredeemable. But you know, in that Super Bowl, who really did suck was Cam Newton.
So
remember Cam Newton wouldn't get down and get that fumble?
Oh, of course.
I'm sorry.
Get that fumble, Cam.
I'm not going to apologize for saying that.
You don't have to.
That Drake Maye sucked in the playoffs last year. He did. I'm not telling you I didn't expect it. I did. First time through. It's tough. I'm not telling you it's easy, but he sucked. That's a fact. We'll get to the NBA. In fact, I was going to say Dean and Shrewsbury brought up Jaylen Brown being on second team NBA, all NBA second team. He was clearly annoyed by it. I will tell you what he said, and we'll get your thoughts when we come back.
Mike and Tony have a definite chemistry.
Are they?
100%.
Are they?
Yes, 100. Do I stutter?
Do you consider them the periodic table of sports talk?
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Sorry. We need to blow a gasket.
No. Blow it, baby. Blow it.
Belger and Maz.
I'm not the most liked media member. I'm not the most liked player in the media. I'm not the most liked. At times I'm not. At times I'm not the most liked by the fans, so I'm not surprised. You know, some of the things I say and do is a little controversial, so I'm surprised that I win any awards at all at times. So
it's Jaylen Brown on his Twitch stream. Been meaning to get to this today as well. Jaylen Brown was selected All-NBA second team.
Yep.
Second team. And I don't want to say he was angry about it because he didn't sound like he was losing his mind over it there, but I think he wanted to be first team in All-NBA. Who wouldn't? So, Michael, let me ask you again, simple question. Does he have a right to be annoyed that he
No.
Okay, so before you go on, let me just say, here's who was on the first team All-NBA.
Right, okay.
Wembanyama.
Yeah.
I always have trouble with that. Wembanyama, Jokic, SGA. So let me just stop right there. Nobody's touching those three guys.
Right, top three. There's your top three MVP candidates right there. Top three.
Then the next two are Luka Doncic and Cade Cunningham.
There are your top five MVP candidates. Your top five MVP candidates make up your All-NBA first team. And the argument for Jaylen Brown is not popularity. It's not popularity. It is, should Luka and Cade Cunningham been allowed to be on the first team? Because remember, they both got hurt. They both fell just short of this 65-game mandatory, this minimum, 65 games, which I have no problem with, by the way.
Right.
65. So you're allowed to miss 17 games. So they fell short of that. Should they be on the first team? Because if you take one of those guys out, I think he was the sixth guy.
He was a sixth.
Yeah.
He was sixth in the MVP voting.
So if you say Cade Cunningham is not eligible, then Jaylen Brown's a first teamer. Luka not eligible, it's Jaylen Brown. It had nothing to do with his popularity. It is Luka led the league in scoring, and you had Cade Cunningham, who was the best player on the team with the best record in the Eastern Conference. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you look at it, yeah, those guys deserve to be first teamers.
I don't think he got slighted.
I don't think so either.
Five guys make the first team All-NBA. He finished, they were all in the top five of the MVP voting.
Right.
As you said, he finished sixth.
Yeah, but you get people's aggravation, though, with the 65-game rule. Do you
that's a different...
Do you have it or you don't? And they made special dispensation for both he and Cunningham at the end of the season. And I think a lot of it had to do, especially in Doncic's case, because they're the Lakers and they're one of the crown jewel teams of the NBA. So they made that exception for him. He was having a phenomenal season, but do you have the rule or not?
Yeah, that's fair.
Brown carried the Celtics this whole season in a year that a lot of people, especially national media, didn't expect that team to do anything. So I get why he still made the second team. That's great. But the 65-game rule is, do you have it or you don't?
Oh, it's a garbage rule, Murray. Yeah, it is. It's a garbage rule.
It's a fair point, Murray. But I would say, if you're Jaylen Brown, did they make those special exceptions because of him? Because, hey, we're going to do this to piss off Jaylen Brown?
And stick it to him?
Or we're going to do this just because it's the Lakers and Luka and it's Cade Cunningham?
Yeah, it's more that he shouldn't take it so personal.
It's not personal.
Yeah. But I just think, he goes around with a chip on his shoulder with everything, and I think that's part of makes him the player he is. So I think he probably is going to take it personal, but he shouldn't. I just think it's a rule that they got silly with at the end of the season because they're like, well, it's Luka and it's the Lakers, and if we're going to do it for him, we should do it for Cade Cunningham too, and that's how he ended up on the second team.
So, Murray, that one it's a good point. I mean, but I will also say we all agree the rule's kind of silly, right? I mean, there should be a minimum because they're trying to prevent.
Definitely.
They're trying to prevent
the load management nonsense and all of that.
Absolutely. And it's not like Brown played 80 games. Brown played 71. So at the end of the day, we're talking about 7 games, right? We're not talking about 15. Right. So he missed some games too. Now he played the minimum. I'm not busting on him. But if you were to say who had more impact on their team, Cunningham or Brown, that's how I always look at it. See,
to me, that's kind of a coin flip between those two guys.
It's close.
Who do you think it was?
Cunningham.
Cunningham too. I do too.
Detroit was the better team.
They were the better team. They were better than Boston head to head. Best record in the league. Best record in the conference, I should say. And when he's not there, I know they did well without him record wise, but you can see it in the playoffs. If you shut down Cade Cunningham,
they have no offense.
This is why Cleveland did a good job.
They can't score.
They did a good job against him in the semifinals. We can talk about them in the finals. They understood, hey, we're going to go at him. We're going to attack him. We're going to turn the ball over. And we're going to force Tobias Harris and others to beat us. So that's really he held that team together.
So I just think Brown was really kind of right on the line there. It could have gone either way. And the other thing is, a lot of people don't like me, he says. The All-NBA teams, if I'm not mistaken, are selected by 100 media members who are comprised of broadcasters and reporters.
Panel of media members, yep.
And it's 100 people. He didn't miss by that much. I mean, it was close.
I'm just asking because of what had happened in the past. Is there any big wig Nike voter there? I mean, does Phil Knight get a vote on this or something? Because
I don't think so. Mike.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think though. Of all those 5, I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't it's players. So the only change you make is the minimum, the game thing. But it's just in terms of game, just in terms of players. Those 5 players, 3 guys are out of the question. Don't come to me talking about taking Wemby off.
Oh yeah, no,
Jokic,
those first you rattled off, please.
SGA, leave it alone.
Yeah.
So now you're really talking about Jaylen Brown versus those 2 guys.
That's right, and it's close.
It is close.
It's close.
But I think he is edged out there. He's edged out by both of them.
And look, the guys on the second team, just to finish the thought, go to the top 10. Brunson, Kawhi Leonard, who had a fabulous year. Donovan Mitchell, who I don't love, but whatever, he had a good year. And Durant. So it's not like those guys are bums. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're talking about a good second tier of players, for lack of a better term. I'll agree it's close. And Murray, you're right about the
Durant is the one that's maybe the most aggravating to hear that he made any of this. Bitching about his own teammates,
and all that stuff,
with burner accounts on Twitter, barely playing in the playoffs. And I know that it's regular season is what factors this in, but get out of here at Durant at this point.
So it's amazing though how much once you get past the top 3 players in the league, everyone else kind of mushes together.
Yeah, but that mush is no slouches. I mean,
no.
Yeah.
And here's the other question:
But my point is, you can make an argument for any one of them.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But those first 3 are untouchable.
Like I said, for me, it's a coin flip for Cade Cunningham and Jaylen Brown. But if you wanted to just make that simple argument of, well, Detroit was the 1 seed, I'm like, well, there you go. I guess for that, you vote for Cade Cunningham.
You led your team to the 2 seed.
Yeah.
And he led his team to the 1 seed.
Right. See,
so
I would
point in your favor, Cade Cunningham.
Right. I'd put a lot of stock in that, and I would. Detroit had the better year. Detroit might have been the most surprising team in the league. I think people thought they were going to be good. I don't think people expect. What did they finish with? 64 wins?
No, I think it was 60. I think it was 60.
Okay, 60 wins?
Yeah.
So, and that was with Cunningham getting hurt at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot to credit him for.
Here's the question. Do you buy, and I know it doesn't always work this way because they don't vote by position now on these like they used to back in the day. So it used to be you couldn't have Wemby and Jokic both be first team all NBA guys.
Correct.
Until recently. But it doesn't always work like this. But if you go first team, second team, so 10 players, theoretically you're talking about the top 10 players in the NBA. Do you think Jaylen Brown is a top 10? Has he ascended to a top 10 NBA player in your mind? Because if he has,
pretty close.
Because if he has now, okay, that's really the conversation. That's really the conversation to have going forward.
So I'll tell you what, there's only one forward on this team. I mean, I take it back. Doncic, Cunningham, and SGA are all considered guards, right? I know Doncic is considered a guard, but he's huge. I mean, he's still even though losing, he lost weight. Man, the guy's like 6'7", 6'8". But if you take Jokic off, you could make an argument for Jaylen Brown as the next guy, for sure. I mean, again, he could play either one. He can play off guard. He can play a small forward, so he's kind of a swing man there. And you want to, however you want to. I like the idea of when you make the team, you do it as a true two
how would you build your team?
2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. So you just pick the 5 best players. To me, it kind of changes the question. That's just my opinion, because that's how they used to do it. I liked it better that way. But
the awards, and I'll also say the awards do matter to these guys. Now, I look at it, and I'm sure I'm just probably crazier than most people. Like, this stuff doesn't really impress me. Regular season MVPs, all NBA. It's just I just look at I weight everything toward champions. Like, hey, you're a champion, so you get extra credit. You get extra credit. as a champion. But this really matters to Jaylen Brown, but it matters to a lot of guys.
Yeah, and Michael,
it's not just like a Jaylen thing, like, oh, how's he looking at it this way? I think most NBA players look at it and say, are you kidding me? It used to bother, and used to ask Jackie McMullen this story. She would see Michael Jordan years after. Like, Jackie voted Karl Malone as MVP over Michael Jordan, and Malone won it, and Jordan was pissed. Oh yeah, that's your guy, huh? That's your MVP. You thought he was?
Oh, they never forget.
He never forgot it.
No, they never forget.
So like these awards and the tallies and who votes for who and who's first team and second team, it just really sticks with players.
Well, look, and I'm not telling you anything you don't know, Michael. In the NBA, with the way the contracts are structured now, the way they're built, a lot of those lead to millions and millions of dollars. Jason Tatum had that. Obviously the clause we remember where if he was all NBA twice, I think it was, in those first or 5-year period or whatever, that he was eligible for a much bigger contract than otherwise. So it's not insignificant. I'm not telling you it's that he doesn't have a right to question it. He has a right to question it. I'm just telling you that I think the right 5 guys for the most part.
I think they got it right.
Yeah, that to me that's really what the issue is. Anyway, Murray will get you caught up on headlines here. I see a lot of you lined up. We'll get to your phone calls, I promise, when we come back on a Reentry Tuesday on Felger and Matt.
Oh, yeah! Thoughts, calls, emails. Oh, yeah! I get my jollies out of it. I do. I'm not a good person. Go ahead.
Felger and Matt.
Oh, yeah!
98.5, the Sports Hub.
This Knicks team isn't just winning, they're obliterating people. Has it changed your calculus for you on how you view them vis-a-vis NBA championship worthy?
So since the second half was irrelevant, I spent the second half texting with coaches and executives and scouts saying, hey, can this Knicks team do it? Like, we've seen them now for a month. Can this Knicks team do it? And the answer resoundingly is yes, they can. I mean, can they win 4 more games? They will probably be the underdog, but we don't know who's going to be standing upright in 2 or 3 more games coming out of the West. There's already guys banged up in that series. I was just talking to members of the Knicks front office, and when they came here a few years ago, Scott, they had no players, okay? Look at this team now. Everybody they put on the court can play. And so, they are going to face a monster next week when this final starts. But they absolutely can win it. This is a team that is very talented and is playing its absolute highest level of basketball.
Knicks go on to the finals. Murray, I especially want your opinion on this. Do you give the Knicks a shot or no?
Yeah. They've won, 11 in a row? 11
straight.
That's something, and I know the Cavs kind of laid down and they were embarrassing in that series, but there's still some talent there. If Celtics fans want to argue, they've had an easy run too. I mean, you admit that you did a few years ago. Fine. You can make that case. But what they're doing and the way that they're doing it, they're blowing these teams out, too. It's pretty impressive. So, yeah, and because this Spurs-OKC series has been a war, and I know OKC's a little bit more banged up than the Spurs. They get a clean sheet tonight to go into this game, but they're taking a chunk out of each other in that series. So whoever gets through, whether it's San Antonio and Wemby for the first time or OKC to defend the championship, they're going to be more beat up than the Knicks are. So sure, I give them a chance in the finals.
Yeah, you look at the 11 wins in a row. It's even more impressive when you consider when it started. They were on the road down 2-1 to the Atlanta Hawks. Right. I know you look at it and say, the Atlanta Hawks, big deal. But Atlanta had beaten them in the Garden, came back, won Game 3, and wait a minute. This might be a 7-game series for the Knicks. Nope. They blew out Atlanta the rest of the series, just blew their doors off. And then you saw how the Celtics struggled with the Sixers. And I had this thought in the back of my head, listen, the Sixers can get a healthy Joel Embiid. Wait a minute. Hey, this might be it. The Sixers might win this thing in 6. Nope. Just blew them off the floor. Get out of here. Non-competitive. And then Cleveland, it was over. Cleveland lost this one in Game 1.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
you're up by 20. You're up by 22. Up by 22. 7 minutes to play. You got to win that game. And it got to the point where Kenny Atkinson saying what he said about analytically we're winning the series after 3 games. I don't think he really believed that. I think he was desperate to say something to give hope to his team, because maybe he got a clue that his team was about to quit, which they did last night. Yeah, I mean, they're impressive. I'd be surprised if they win the championship, though. I'd be surprised if they win.
But you give them a chance?
10%.
Okay.
That low, huh?
Yeah, 10%.
Mine's a little higher than
because
that. I give them a shot.
Because I actually think San Antonio is going to, and it's just like, it's mind-blowing because this is not supposed to happen. Young NBA teams aren't supposed to do what I think the Spurs are going to do. I think the Spurs are going to beat OKC. Then I think the Spurs are going to win the championship, and that will haunt the Knicks because the last time they were in the NBA Finals, I remember being there. Last time they were in the NBA Finals, they played the Spurs.
Right, yeah.
They had Duncan and Robinson, and it was just too much for them. And I think the Knicks won a game. I think it was a 2-3-2 format, and that was a cool thing about it because they had 3 games in New York. And
so how about more recent? You think this is going to be like Denver, Miami a few years ago?
Yeah, I think they'll be competitive, but I think the Spurs are just – I think both of those teams, even with Jaylen Williams being out with the hamstring, I just think those teams have too much for New York.
Those are the 2 best teams in the league.
Yeah, no question.
There's no question.
Yeah.
But
if they beat the hell out of each other and this thing goes 7, this is what I'm saying.
Well, if they beat the hell out of each other, then it's the Western Conference in 6 and not 5.
Well, so I'll
you
tell
might
you
be right.
No,
yeah.
but one of the things I do like about the Knicks is that I do believe in a little bit of what Windhorst was talking about. They kind of got 7 or 8 guys that you can kind of just swap out. So they've always got good players on the floor.
They got some good players. And, I keep hearing Felger say this, that the Celtics have a better roster than the Knicks. No, they don't. The Celtics.
Not 1 through 8.
No, like the Celtics top 2.
Right.
Celtics
have the two
They've
best.
got 2 legitimate all-NBA guys in Tatum and Brown, but they don't have anybody. The Celtics centers? What? I think the Knicks would have done this. The Knicks would have done to the Celtics essentially what they did to the Sixers.
Speaking of stupid things people say, the Kenny Atkinson comment that you referenced, Murray, you've heard this.
Yeah.
Jimmy, go ahead.
Analytically, I think we've won the I said 3 out of 3. We're 2 out of 3 in the expected. I don't know if you guys follow that. It was an expected score. And we won 2 out of 3. And I know you're looking confused, but
I'm not.
There is really, if you believe in process and all that, like, man, so, take that layer. I know I don't throw that on them. I see it for myself. We have this feeling, then I can go to our analytical table and be like, man, we are, I think last night it was, the expected score was like 1 point or 2. Us shooting way below expected, them shooting way over. I know no one wants to hear that. I think you guys like hearing it. I know, general public, no one wants to hear that. Everyone's outcome based. And, sure, I get that too.
I don't want to hear it.
So
the basketballs are brutal.
Oh, yeah.
They're absolutely
NBA
brutal.
sound is always just so tough because you always have practicing and the balls bounce into the background. But I'm ultimately it's a loser comment, and he probably shouldn't have said it. But I'm with you, Michael, in that I think this was a more message to his team saying, guys, look at the numbers. We're so close. I just need you to believe and push a little harder. That's what I think that ultimately the motivation of that was, because he's kind of poo-pooing it there too. I don't know if he fully believes it. I think he's using that as a motivational tactic more than anything else. He had to have, because why would you say that out loud?
I was going to say, Murray. I was like, did he know it was on the record? Was there some kind of agreement that he was like, oh, guys, I just want to talk to you casually, and you guys are actually recording this. There are cameras here. You're going to play this back? It's a bizarre comment to make.
It's one of the biggest loser comments I've ever heard.
Even if you're trying to inspire your team, what a comment to make.
Unbelievable. Ridiculous. If you look at the expected numbers, we're supposed to have 120 points. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, it's crazy that he would actually say it.
My mother expected that I was going to be a doctor. She didn't even come close. She didn't get that right. What the hell are we doing? It's preposterous.
And your numbers are lower than expected because of what the Knicks are doing to you.
Exactly.
That's why the numbers are lower than expected. You can't just put it out there. If you look at the analytical table, the great thing about the analytical table is nobody's out there. There's no resistance. You just kind of put all the numbers out there and you sit back and go, now what can I expect from this? From this assemblage of numbers? It doesn't work like that. What does the analytical table say about James Harden on defense? What's the analytical table say about this stuff?
Right. Are there any analytics for balls or heart?
Well, no, because this is why you get the current Red Sox that you look at, because they don't factor in things like that to actually build a real team to field it. They just put it out on a spreadsheet and say, follow this. This is going to be our roster.
And he kept his job today, right?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah.
Is he? Was it a troll job from Kenny Atkinson? Did somebody say that to him in the front office, and he's just kind of giving it back to him, and he's like joking? And is he mocking his bosses? Kind of.
Well, if we heard that, then good for him.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause maybe somebody said that to him. You know, Kenny, analytically, we should be up 2-1 in this series.
Yeah, the models show we're actually right there.
Yeah, our projections, we expect a lot more.
Jimmy, we can take a quick break here. We're going to do that. Because when I come back, I want to give you 2 minutes on the NHL playoffs. I know Murray probably has a thought on it as well. Maybe Holly does.
Only 90 seconds, Baz.
Okay, well, we'll do it
quick.
We'll do it fast. We'll do it fast when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Now, more of Felger and Burge on the Sports Hub.
Korzak, nice touch off by Stone. Backhand score! Tomas Hertl gives Vegas the lead for the first time tonight.
Goal before he got a couple in the Anaheim series. What a great breakout pass from Caden Korzak, touched smartly along by Mark Stone. Man, Hertl got something on that. That backhander beats Wedgwood clean on the blocker side.
A minute 20 to go. The Avalanche pressing for the tying goal after blowing a 3-0 lead. McKinnon still on. McCarr off for McKinnon. On net, stopped by Hart. Rebound cleared away by Theodore. Carlson, Howden with the empty net, sends it in. Brett Howden. And it's 5-3 Vegas. Colorado hadn't blown a third period lead all year. They did in game 2. They'd won 49 straight when leading by 3 or more. They're going to lose this one. And the blown lead in back-to-back games for the first time all season. A remarkable comeback by the Vegas Golden Knights.
Just want to hit on hockey here really quickly. I know Murray went into the postseason, big fan of the Canadians, rooting for the Canadians. Murray, I believe you said?
Yeah. To me, they were the most, for me, like the most likable bunch to watch. And I had biases against all these other teams, including the Vegas Golden Knights, because I didn't like how they fired Bruce Cassidy and they keep blocking him from interviewing for jobs. That said, they're fun to watch. And I don't know if you can even argue this. They're the team of the last decade.
Yeah.
They've been in the league for 9 years. Yeah. They're about to go to their 3rd Stanley Cup final. That's crazy. Insane. That's a really good, well-run operation.
It's nuts, isn't it?
It is. It's insane. And Murray, I was just going to say quickly, I feel now about the Knicks the way you feel about the Canadians. I'm rooting for the Knicks. I think it's a good story.
You're rooting for the Knicks?
I am, and I'll tell you why.
Are you?
It's so refreshing in a lot of ways to watch a team. And Brunson's, Brunson's terrific. But he's not what I would call like a megastar or superstar. He's a really good player.
No, he's like the Isaiah Thomas of the Celtics.
A little
in a lot
bit.
Of ways.
Yeah, a little bit. And I do like the fact that they're kind of all together. You know what I mean? Like it's
a good team.
It's not just one guy carrying them.
I think he's a superstar. I do think Brunson's a superstar. Okay. But I like the team. I cannot stand the fan base. It's not even the fan base. It's celebrity fans. It's celebrity fans.
So Gasper did this to me. I said, I think I'm pulling for the Knicks. And then he pointed out everyone on Celebrity Row. And then he said, need I remind you who the Knicks owner is? And I was like,
James Dolan.
Oh, right.
I like this.
Tough.
I like how everybody is. It's all good now. It's all good. When you played for the Knicks, maybe we had a problem with you, but now when we show you on the screen, everything is good now, Steph Marbury. Everything's good now, Latrell Sprewell.
Yeah, right.
Let's go, Nick. All these, like, who the hell are you? And then, enough Spike. Enough! Spike! Enough! Tracy Morgan. Ben Still. Enough! I can't take it. So I am not rooting for this team.
The Canadians done, Murray?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, and I know these last 2 games have gone to overtime, but Carolina's been driving the energy in these games. It feels like Montreal's trying to get the perfect shot. Carolina's playing the way that you should play in the NHL postseason, just trying to keep getting pucks on net and see if anything goes in and just keep peppering them. But they've been the more physical team. I think Montreal looks awful in the neutral zone. These games have obviously been close. Again, 2 straight overtime games, but I think Carolina has woken up and has completely outplayed them these last couple of games.
So all that said, I am far more stunned by what's going on the other side. The Avalanche are getting wiped out. They're up 3-0 in that game the other day. Vegas comes back.
As soon as Stone got that goal, I made a live bet on the money line. I was like, you could just see that this was going to turn. At least that the Knights were going to come back and tie this game, and then it was going to be a crapshoot. But the Avalanche, it's great. It's proof again. Don't win the President's Trophy. It's a curse. You get that President's Trophy, you're going to get boned somewhere along the line trying to get back to the Stanley Cup final and trying to win the cup. The last team to do it and actually win it, and then do you know who it is?
No.
To win the President's Trophy, it's terrible because it's against the Bruins. It's the 2013 Blackhawks.
No kidding.
But it's been that long. You get the President's Trophy, you're gonna. It's like a curse. It really is.
I mean, talk about a team like completely falling apart.
They were a wagon this year.
They went 8-0 in the first 2 rounds. They didn't lose a game, or did they go 8-1? No, 8-0. I think one of them was 8-0.
No, they lost 1 game to the Wild.
Okay, so right, that's right. They were 8-1. Carolina.
But I thought that series was going to be a war. I thought this series was going to be a war that would go 7. They're getting absolutely smoked, and it's funny. They get Makar back, and then you have McKinnon go down in that second period. He's going to play tonight, but he's certainly not right after taking a puck off his knee. That looked horrible. No, they're also a mess. The body language, even on McKinnon, too, when it was I think that was Hurdle got the go-ahead goal the other night. Like, you just see, he was like, oh, Jesus. Like, they know they're done. They're done. They might win 1 game. Maybe it goes 5, but that series is over.
Now, you mentioned Cassidy earlier, and I'm with you. I was a little surprised when they fired him right before the end of the season. I said, what do they think they're going to get out of this one?
They made the right move.
Especially with Tortorella. You're like, oh, come on. Tortorella is going to be the coach. I don't think Tortorella is the coach that Cassidy is. It didn't matter. They made the right call. There was something about Cassidy that was keeping that team from performing at its highest level.
Well, it's clear the burnout factor with him is it's got to be real high.
Definitely.
I think the record is something like 18-4.
18-5. I just looked it up.
Is it 18-5 with Tortorella?
18-5. I just looked it up.
They won 39 games in the regular season.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. Well, they won. I think they went 7-1 at the end of the regular season after they made the coaching change. And if you think so, this is what I was going to say, Murray, is that you said when they fired Cassidy, it was like, well, I'm rooting against them. I think a lot of Bostonians felt the same way. It was the right move, to Holly's point.
It was.
They have been a freaking machine since then. They closed out the regular season 7-1. They weren't playing to their capability at the end of the regular season. Now they're freaking wiping these guys out.
Mitch Marner looks like a completely different player than he ever looked while wearing a Toronto sweater. They're fun to watch too.
Yeah, they better win because Tortorella can't help himself. He's cost them do you see this? Cost them a draft pick.
Yep, second round.
Because such an avoidable mistake. Don't be an a-hole. Just show up and do your media obligation and move on.
Hard to not be an a-hole when you're genetically wired that way, Michael.
Man, that's just what he is. I guess that's just what I'm saying, Brooksy.
The other thing, too, stinks. Why I don't believe in Montreal. Do you know what their record is at home this postseason? 2-5. Like and I know, look, that just speaks to like you're kind of gutless. It's like the Bruins thing. Like you can't win at home. Like you feel this extra pressure because you're feeling it from your fans. And you obviously know those Montreal fans care, but that's kind of ballless. 2-5 in that barn. I mean, what's supposed to be like the hockey hotbed? Get out of here.
They just might not be ready. They might not be quite there yet. And the Vegas, Carolina, I mean, that's an easy one, isn't it? Don't you root for Vegas in that one?
I can't root for the Hurricanes.
How do you root for Carolina? All right, top of the hour here. No commercials. We went over by a little bit. Jim Murray got you caught up on headlines. Final hour, we'll take your calls on anything and everything that we've talked about today. Started Red Sox, Patriots, and OTAs that begin tomorrow. Jaylen Brown, second team, All-NBA. Did he deserve to be on the first team? And if you want to hit on the NHL playoffs, we can do that as well. All with Michael Hawley. Here's Murray.
Talk a little about the opportunities you guys had offensively tonight.
Yeah, we played a good game. We know what we did.
Is it frustrating to still come away getting nothing on the board?
No, we know what we did.
Tim Taylor was talking about he feels you guys still gained a little bit of momentum because of the way you played.
We know what we did. We know what we did.
What did you do?
Next question.
What did you do?
I mean, you know what you did. What do you think you did?
Brooksy, if I want to explain it to you, I would. Next question.
What do you think about Bordeaux's play tonight?
I don't coach Bordeaux. I coach this hockey team in Tampa.
That was the decision to dress Russ Ruslan, and was that pre-planned going in?
To dress him?
To dress him and not play him?
No. I got into a flow. I lost him in the first period, and that's what happens. When you don't play well, that's what happens. You get put on the outside, and I lost him in the first, and so I just didn't go back to it.
What's the mood amongst the guys in the locker room?
Good.
What was the exchange with McClain? Your exchange?
What's that? Johnny McClain?
Yeah.
You should ask him.
Are you answering no questions or what?
I guess that's what I'm saying, Brooksy. You get that through your head?
I guess so.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a waste of time.
Well, then get the f*** out of here then.
I am.
Okay, see ya.